Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be taking a look at these three piles and doing an in-depth reading for each of these cards. So for you today, all you have to do is choose one of these three piles based on your intuition, whatever feels right or exciting for you today. Could be the carnelian. Okay. Could be the smoky quartz. That's going to be pile number 2. And then it could be the black onyx. It's going to be pile number 3. So whichever one your intuition brings you to, 1, 2, or 3. This is a timeless reading, means that you can watch this at any time and the message will come through to you. And just try to choose just one. Don't go beyond that. And then you can go ahead and skip below to the number that you chose to get your reading. So our guiding card today is Show the World the Real You. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius. This is for pile number 1, the carnelian. Let's go ahead and pull out the rest of the cards and see what we've got. Okay. No, don't worry if you see some of them in Spanish. I will translate them for you. We're just going to go ahead and get the main idea of this reading down for you, pile number 1s. Okay, wow, very, very interesting. Okay, pile number 1s. Interesting reading. Okay, so first of all, show the world the real you. The second one that we're going to take a look at is this one, which kind of frames our reading, and it's all about healing. Whenever I am conscious of a situation, present or past, where I was angry openly, or I decided to be quiet with someone who was the opposite sex of me, who didn't live up to my expectations, I decide that I'm going to confess to this person that I act this way, openly angry or giving the silent treatment, because I want to punish them and I want them to feel guilty and I want them to ask for my forgiveness and show me that they love me. I also confess that when I love myself enough, I won't have the necessity to put these demands on other people. Okay, so this is talking about self-love, right? And this is talking about demanding love from others, right? If I'm not capable of doing that today, I accept that there's a controlling part of me that's still there, that still believes that people need to prove their love in order to live up to my expectations. And then I just love that part of myself. So this card is really about self-love. And I'm also seeing a lot of already some patterns of the lower chakras coming through. Okay, we can already see that a little bit. But let's go ahead and keep moving. The next one we're going to talk about here is the focus one. Okay. Now this one is telling us that focus is necessary in life. Focus is necessary in this point in your life. Take stock. Okay, this is stock right here, this flower. Stock offer confidence, calmness, and a centered place to rest amid turmoil and change. Yeah, I was seeing some things about change here, definitely. Okay, interesting. It's time to focus, to think more deeply and slow down. Okay. Your personal truth needs some attention. That really connects to this one as well. Show the world the real you, and your personal truth needs connection and attention. So don't get lost in your present dealings. Stocks also indicate and lead you to a balanced place in emotional swings. Okay. Be careful of losing yourself amid the behaviors of others. So immediately we're already seeing a picture forming. Moving on to this card here, this one says healing of the soul. Okay, so your soul is wounded at the moment, and it was probably very recent of your These are the past life cards. So this is probably one that's been happening in a past life, but pretty recently. And you have like the feeling of being vulnerable in this lifetime. Like your soul was having a hard time deciding even if it wanted to incarnate in this lifetime. Mostly because in your past life, you really suffered. You really suffered a lot of deep wounds that have kind of blocked off your heart chakra. So in the last lifetime, maybe this person made you cry a lot. And you may find that you connect with them in this lifetime as well, right? And when you re-encounter this person in this lifetime, it's going to bring you to a sense of healing, okay? And to reduce the amount of passion and just overall emotion, up and down emotional things that you've been having, right? It's going to bring you a little bit back to equilibrium and to healing, okay? Very interesting, very interesting. We're definitely seeing, like, just in this top row, we're definitely seeing a pattern of in a relationship, of an emotional relationship that has gone up and down, up and down, up and down, right? That's, you're kind of asking this person, and it may very well be that this person is already in your life, okay? And you're being a little bit needy in a strange sense, not in a like a, not in a bad sense, but like, it's like you need validation because of the hurt that happened in the past life. And these two cards are saying, okay, it's time to heal. Well, actually, really all four. It's time to heal and show the world the real you. Your personal truth is what needs to come out. Okay. Yeah. It's saying that there's something longer and more important going on here. Slow down, pay attention to what's going on, and focus on that. Okay. Focus on that, because healing is within reach in this situation, pile number one. The sheep is showing us like being part of the herd, okay, trusting, being sort of docile and not weak, but just calm and you know, placating, sort of being calm and moving slowly and being part of things, giving yourself to something bigger, abnegation, inner peace, and kind of trust in the future. Feeling like you belong, also feeling like you belong. So the sheep is guiding those souls who are in an important part of their spiritual illumination, okay, where they're having to sort of think and think and think deeply. And this connects definitely back to this one as well, right? We're having a moment of reflection, a moment of focus. Think about what's best for everyone in this situation. Okay. How can you serve those around you in the animal kingdom also? How can you put your own fears and judgments to the side? And I think this has a lot to do with an important romantic relationship, number ones. I think it does. I think it has to do with how can you get rid of those fears and give yourself in a little bit more to feelings of belonging, feelings of faith, you know, handing yourself over a little bit more to the people around you. Okay. Looking down here, we can see that there's a couple of things. First of all, we've got the Knight of Cups, but in reverse, which to me brings a sense of there's some blocked emotion, right? There's something going on here that's just, you know, we're over emotional, which we saw a little bit here, right? And here even too. A little bit temperamental, right? And really moving inward. And so I think this card is kind of guiding us along with these two to say, open yourself up a little bit, put your real truth out there, be who you really are. And you can be introspective, but you're going to the point of being too introverted, where you're spending almost too much time by yourself, right? And it's asking you to show who you really are. And again, we see that with the King of Wands here, which is a card that would, in its normal position, show us like, wow, a force of nature, a creative force of nature. But when it's in its reverse position like this, it's telling us there's blocked fire, right? Blocked change, blocked emotion, blocked forward movement. It's all very like, you know, when a fire goes out. You're not showing yourself truly. You're not showing the world who you are. And there's something here that's calling your attention to that, saying, hey, you know, it's time. You're in a great position to do it. And there's a little bit of healing that needs to take place around this romantic relationship. You know, and within yourself, but it's not impossible. Yeah. And then we've got this one here, which is kind of showing us that you've been hiding away, you know, definitely a lone wolf type of thing. And you've been, you know, almost feeling like, oh gosh, dishonor, right? Like you're not being truthful. You're not being truthful with yourself and with others. And so this is something that wants to come through today, just so powerfully. Let's look at these cards. Are a little bit more positive. The relationship that you are in, or were in very recently, is beautiful. Okay. The relationship that this is all talking about. So it could actually even be a future relationship, but whatever this relationship is, if it's somebody who's in your life right now, it's a really good relationship. Okay. You're able to work together. You're able to talk to each other. And this is so true, especially when we see the Two of Cups right there next to it, right? This is like the romance card. This is like the soulmate card. And I got this inkling earlier. I feel like this person is your soulmate, right? And that through them and through this relationship, you're able to gain a lot of strength, but show the world who you really are. You know, there's so much going on healing wise that needs to come through pile one. That's saying to the world, you know, you can do this. You can be who you really are. And those moments of being too introverted, too shy, shutting yourself off from other people is something that is going to really hurt in the long run. You know, you've got this beautiful relationship. You've got this beautiful community around you, probably within a family or even just within your relationship. But I mean, this one shows me that there's more movement than just a relationship. So a slightly bigger community than just a relationship, like a family or friend group or something. And we see that here with the sheep as well. Yeah, but it's showing us that, like, trust those around you, put that into the world and show them who you really are. Show them who you really are, because you have really, really a lot of strength within you. Okay. And a lot of focus too. Like, this is a really powerful moment in your life, pile one. Okay. All right. Hopefully that was clear to you, pile ones. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know in the comments section below how it hit home, you know, and if it didn't resonate, go back to the beginning and think about those three piles again. We have the cornelian. We're going to go ahead and do the smoky quartz. And then we've got the black onyx coming up. Okay. So think about those three. And if one of them is drawing your attention, then go ahead and go for that. Okay. Now let's take a look. Smoky quartz, pile two. Okay. Right off the bat, we've got some earth energy coming through. Okay. Excuse my hands. It's winter, so they get really dry. Okay. The shark. Interesting. Effectiveness, decision. Okay. And we've got actually two healing cards that came in through those ones today. This pile was like jumping out at me a lot when I was pulling the cards. Soldier. Wow. Okay. And fertility. All right. Interesting. This one was in the reverse. Okay. All right. And then let's see what we have coming through here. Oh, wow. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. That's the second time that's come through today. And the Moon. Okay, you've got more cards here today. Very good. Wow. Okay, this looks like a really positive reading, pile number 2. End of a tough cycle approaches. Awesome. End of a tough cycle approaches. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. If we're considering love, which we'll see in a minute, this probably will become clear to us. This card can be a call to face reality. Okay. Whatever situation you're asking about, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's love. I think it has to do with money and career today. I think that's what it's calling your attention to, but we'll continue looking. Okay, a professional project may be ending now. Okay, great. Yeah, wonderful. Whenever I see Capricorn, that's sort of the first thing I think of, you know, planning out things. Okay, great. This is talking about how can I communicate with people around me without manipulation, blackmail, lying, seducing, prying, threatening. Yeah. How can I connect with people without any of those negative ways of connecting? Okay. And I think, yeah, great. And also, I'm asking for 2 of the people around me to tell me when I interrupt someone or correct them, to bring the conversation back to myself. I accept that this is a demonstration of pride, knowing that my ego has convinced me that I must show off my perfection in order to be loved and accepted. Woohoo, Capricorns. Yeah, 100%. Okay, totally. Capricorns, we are like so often connected to perfection, right? So often connected to perfection and being like the person that can answer all the questions, the person that can lead others, that can have a plan, that can make things happen. And so sometimes that can show up in some negative ways, okay? But let's keep going and see what else we have showing up in our reading today. Next up is the shark, and the shark is telling us about how to be effective, okay? This is definitely about career, right? Things that are coming through about the way that we're communicating with people, probably in a work setting, and how we could be communicating with people to get our work out there to make sure it happens. The shark is about resolving tough things as well. So the same thing comes up again. Tough cycles are coming to an end for you, pile number 2. And to act, you know, without a sense of, oh, I have to do this because blah, 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 blah. You know, it's saying to you, you have the wherewithal to take care of what it is that you want. You have the strength. And I think just taking a look at that soldier there, we know that, you know, you've got the strength to move forward for this. Okay. And you can keep moving forward, right? You can keep moving forward. So my guess is it's probably about a career thing or a business thing. Okay. Something coming up for you. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Sharks are incredibly important for the balance of the ocean. Okay. They don't only just get rid of weak and sick fish, but they also are really powerful hunters. Okay. They are also in charge of controlling populations. Okay. And this is something that you may want to consider too, that there's a certain amount of forward moving, powerful, sharp, decisive energy within your pile today. Okay. There's something telling you that you can move into the physical world, which comes up in Capricorn again for us, and make sure that you get those things that you want to get done in your family, in your work, in yeah, in your social world and in the house and physical spaces around you. Okay, the shark is telling you like it's movement time, it's time to make it happen. This is the past life. So this is bringing into call like also where you are at emotionally and in your soul development in this lifetime. If you're a woman, this card may come across as like there's something blocked in your sacral chakra, and there's some emotion and connection to the femininity that's in question here. And I think that's really clear, like, but also it's telling us that this is coming to an end. Oh yeah, there we go with the fertility upside down as well. So there's something missing also about like the feminine energy that it wants you to get back to, right? And you're a very gentle person, like you're such a calm, beautiful soul. And I think that comes through also with Capricorn and with the shark. It kind of tells us like, this is a person who's really, really sweet and has a lot to offer the world. And, but has to take on a little bit of that more masculine role, which may not come quite naturally to you, pile number 2. Regardless of whether you are a man or a woman, you may be a person who tends to sort of allow things to happen instead of taking the control of things, right? Now, the watermelon is fertility, which brings us, into question sort of that feminine as well aspect of things being a little bit out of balance. And it's telling you to get back to nature. Okay, this is true in all 3 of these cards, the shark, this one in Capricorn, and this one here. Get back in touch with nature. Get back in touch with, and that comes through even when I'm looking at these ones down here as well, right? Get back in touch with emotion. Get back in touch with your intuition. There's something really powerful coming up for you, okay? And, there may have been challenges and you may have been sort of bound. I can see that here as well. You can see that there just by looking at that picture, right? That's the 8 of Swords, and you can see that figure is a woman. Look at that. Bound up and blindfolded, okay? So there's definitely something about femininity that wants to come through. Now it's saying that you have a lot of intuition. You've got a lot of beautiful emotion just under the surface. And, these 2 cards support that for sure. They show us that things are like ready to bubble up out of you. So if it's like a business that you're wanting to start or a change in your career, this is a really good time to make it happen. A really good time. It's really beautiful. You've been feeling powerless for sure. And I think that if you look at the figures of these 2, they're very, lonely looking and having a hard time. They're constricted. They're feeling a little bit powerless, but sort of like a cog in the machine. And that may be how you've been feeling at your job, right? Or in your career. But you've got so much to offer, right? You've got so much to offer, and you really actually have a lot of strength. And you're really good at connecting with other people. You're really, really good at connecting with other people, right? You've got a lot of strength and you've got things on your side. When we see the 6 of Swords as well, in the reverse position, we're saying to ourselves, the hard part is over. The hard part is over. You've taken that inner journey and you're ready to move forward out into the world, the Hermit there in reverse, and say to the world, I'm ready to start something new. This one is coming in as a business that you're going to start. Okay. This one is coming through as quit your job. Obviously, do some planning around that if that's really what you want to do. But we can see here you've got you've got the world in front of you. This little guy, he's got the world in front of him. He's got the power, the strength to move forward. And I think that's so evident. Things have been difficult and there's still some, blockage around the feminine energy and around the masculine energy and the balance of those 2 things. But overall, pile 2, you've got really beautiful and clear signs to move forward. Okay. All right, let's move on to pile number 3. All right. Okay, so if you're here, the black onyx, this is pile number 3. And the very first one we pulled here is the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Very beautiful card that's telling us that things are coming up for us in the way that we want them to come up. Yeah. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. All right. Conclusions are within reach. Very good. Dolphins coming through. We'll read that one last. Okay. Actually, we'll read it right now. I decide to take my time today to imagine my future exactly how I want it, substituting any feelings of panic with those of total trust, and knowing that I will have everything that I need. Cool. Nice work, pile number 3. Conclusions are within reach. You're going to have everything that you need. Okay, regeneration. Yeah, beautiful. Animals, yay. Okay, yeah, let's go through this kind of one card at a time. We'll read what the books have to say and then come to our own conclusions as well. Overall though, really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. Pile number 3. Very, very, very interesting. The door slams shut. Okay. The door is closing. Another one is opening. You're about to kind of reach the peak of a situation and things are going to be the, ending. Or if you have just reached a peak, things are just now out of your hands. Okay. You're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. So you're about to learn an important event, an important lesson, and it's going to offer you the ability to grow and evolve as a person. Okay. Those things that are meant for you are not going to pass you by. Okay. This is about the future. Something is closing, something else is opening up. And that's totally clear once we get this card in as well, which is the regeneration card. Your life is moving into a new phase. So something is ending and another thing is really opening up. It's a very, it's a good thing that it's ending. Definitely. It's a good thing that it's ending. And it's going to bring us, like a lot of really wonderful things coming through here. So we'll talk about those in a minute. But very, very, very powerful forward movement. Okay. Align your spiritual self with your physical self for sure. Make sure that you're doing that. But basically, you will be moving up a level. You're going to be moving up, and there's some things coming into your life gift-wise as well that are going to bring you back into a positive spin. And that difficult situation you were in is coming to a close. It's coming to a close. Yay. Okay. Talking about animals. So this is the past life card here. And this kind of indicates to us, lives that we lived in the past, and you were highly connected to animals. Okay. This is really important for you. You would have done anything to sacrifice yourself for them. And they bring you unconditional love as well. Okay. So there may be something in the new cycle that's coming up really related to animals. So it could be like a job or a new animal coming into your life. Okay. Remember, okay. Great. And it wants you to bring your attention also to this dolphin. Okay. So it's saying to us that animals are your allies. Okay. Animals are the ones that are helping you to move forward. And I think what the dolphin is really asking us, we can see that it says there in Spanish, play, joy, harmony, delight, trust, balance, happiness and communication. This is the rebirth as well. Dolphins really represent rebirth. And so it's telling us that there's a rebirth and a regeneration going on for you. This is really powerfully coming through. There's a huge, huge, huge change coming up. And it may already be sort of happening, or it may be coming up in the near future, but you're ready to sort of close the door on some of those weird situations in the past, the ones that weren't really fulfilling to you, weren't really bringing you what you wanted, and bringing in a new sense of, I'm ready for a way of existing that's totally different. I'm ready for moving forward, right? The burdens and the struggle are ending. Okay. It's not so strong anymore. This sudden, basically, the struggle's over. Okay, the struggle is ending. Now you may have to give up your pride a little bit. Okay, there may be some things that, like, perhaps this is a situation at work or something, that you're needing to kind of let go of that. Oh, but I've put so much effort into it, or I don't know what is going on there, but it's kind of telling you that let go of your pride in this situation, and the burdens are going to be ending. Okay. And also, like, we're releasing that sense of, oh, I'm owed something by the world, or everything is so bad for me. When we're releasing that energy, and saying, I would like to have the truth, surround myself with the truth, and we're guided. Okay, we're guided. You can see this beautiful child who's like ready to interact with the world, and the mother there placing her hand on the shoulder saying, I've got you. And I think this is the child looking forward to its future as well. Knowing that you're guided, knowing that there's a rebirth coming for you, that the truth is going to be around, and that, there's justice coming through for this situation. Release the martyrdom, release the pride. Okay. Those two basically, like, aspects of human existence, or I guess feelings, are going to be what's released in this situation, and everything is going to be back to normal. Okay, back to how it should be for you and your soul, and the development of your soul in this lifetime. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If for whatever reason you got to the end of this and it didn't resonate with you, then make sure you go back. Remember, we've got this one as number 1 today, this beautiful carnelian guiding the number 1s. So that's going to come through there. This one is number 2. That's the smoky quartz. And this one, the black onyx, for number 3. So go back through and watch it again if for whatever reason your reading didn't resonate. And please, please, please follow and like this video. That helps me so much to connect with other people just like you, and to be able to continue doing this work that I do, that I love so much. If you're interested in getting a private reading, please check out the description of this video below for special deals, and basically to get an in-depth reading if you're interested in that. The link is in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much. I'm Simone, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.